Traveling south through the land of desert and sea, we stop in many of the anchorages along the Baja coast to get a night's rest and hopefully catch something fresh to eat.
Going snorkeling, going fishing.
Sailing in the Sea of Cortez, there are often hundreds of miles between well-stocked grocery stores, leading us to forage for ourselves. We are often hungry, but sometimes we feast.
Aaron caught us a fish. We got a little gray bar grunt. Now he's gonna go try and get another one. Aaron got a grouper. That's a good one.
Nice grouper.
Yeah.
They'll feed us for a couple days.
Yay, dinner.
Yeah. It's nice.
This nice little grunt. Fish head soup.
Stocked with fish, our sail plan for the day is to sail 36 miles and anchor behind Isla Carmen, where we plan to wait out the heavy blow predicted to hit tomorrow. Leaving San Juanico this morning, however, there is barely enough wind to fill our sails.
This is really slow going. Oh. There's some swell coming in, so I'm expecting we're gonna find the wind at any minute here.
As I anticipated, the wind was soon pushing us along nicely, sailing on a downwind run, allowing me to set the monitor wind vane so Spy could steer herself and I could check on the crew.
I'm sorry, y'all. Allie's not feeling so good today. She's feeling a little seasick. She's got a headache and it's not feeling so good. But we changed plans. We're gonna head to a closer spot, Isla Coronados, which is only 17 miles away. We're gonna head down there. It should be more protected from the northerlies as well. Like I said, it's gonna blow up a little bit tomorrow. And
with our new course set, I warm up some coffee and get some breakfast started in anticipation of the heavy rolling motion we are likely to find ourselves in with the afternoon's predicted 25-knot winds. By now, we are becoming quite familiar with the infamous choppy seas in the Sea of Cortez.
more fried rice to my love.
Among sailors, the Sea of Cortez is well known for its difficult sea states. The strong winds and currents flowing through this narrow body of water can turn tranquil days on a placid sea into chaos, with steep, rough waves that build with a rapidity not often seen on the open ocean.
Sailing today. Definitely heavier than expected, and as far as the sea state goes. So I think we made the right decision and decided to come to Isla Coronado instead, have a little shorter passage. I think she might be sleeping right now. It's a couple miles from the point now, so once we're around the point, things should mellow out. We'll get settled in and see how Allie's doing. How are you doing?
Still not feeling very good. But I slept a little bit.
It was a pretty rough passage.
Yeah. Yeah, always was very uncomfortable. She was being very annoying. I felt bad for her, but also annoyed with her.
Feeling better and waiting out the wind the next day behind Isla Coronados gave us the opportunity to explore another island. Compared to many of the other remote islands we have visited in the Sea of Cortez, Isla Coronados feels most like a public park, with clearly marked trails kept to guide the many visitors ferried here from the nearby town of Loreto. Weaving through the sandy desert landscape beneath the island's volcanic peak, the trails end with a large palapa on a picturesque white sand beach, framed by the distant mountains across the sea. It is fun to imagine families swimming and playing in the turquoise water, and the sundown cookouts that must be held here. But in today's weather, Aaron and I have it all to ourselves, and spend the afternoon walking the shoreline before heading back and preparing for the next leg sailing south.
Where we headed?
Bahia San Marcial.
40 miles away. We're expecting some wind, gusting up into the 20s today. So hopefully it doesn't get too bumpy. We're taking the inside route between the islands. We got our fishing pole out. Maybe we'll snag a fish this morning.
Thank you for your life.
Got a skipjack. We caught it right outside the anchorage. And we're gonna have rice and skipjack for breakfast now.
Oh yeah.
Fish and rice. It's kind of all we have left these days. But it's nice when you get a fresh one. We were having a beautiful morning, sailing downwind beneath the coastline's dramatic mountain range, when Aaron did a sloppy tack, making me fly across the cockpit, hurting my back and spilling my breakfast everywhere. So I proceeded to go down below and cry like a big baby, soothing myself with a couple episodes of Sailing Magic Carpet.
With Ali sulking down below, the wind lightened as we sailed between the islands and then died, pushing us to motor until we found an evening breeze to help carry us the remaining miles around Punta San Marcial. The small anchorage that Punta San Marcial affords offers protection from the northerly winds, but little from the swell that wraps around. Seeing a number of other boats already anchored here, we were worried there would be no room for us, and we would need to spend the night offshore in the relative safety of the sea. We assumed the other boats had all tucked in as close to shore as possible to avoid the swell, but we cautiously approached the shoreline, hoping to find space for our smaller boat.
We made it! We tucked up super tight. 5 feet of water underneath our 5-foot keel.
Yeah, so we're like 10,
So 10 feet.
10 feet of water.
Eloise is happy.
Eloise is happy.
This was such a beautiful place, and we wished we had time to explore it, but we are on the move. With some very light downwind sailing and a bit of motoring, we found ourselves another 30 miles south and anchored behind the large island of Isla San Jose for the night.
We are sailing to Isla Partida on a nice beam reach. It's a very beautiful day. And maybe we'll catch a fish. All we have left is rice and eggs and juice. Sailing into Isla Partida, we are just 30 miles from the luxuries of the large port of La Paz. It feels incredible to be here again. These beautiful islands had been a refuge for us for nearly 3 months last season, and in many ways it felt like returning home. This is the place we had landed after our long journey down the American coast from the Pacific Northwest, It was like a training ground for us. Here, we took our time learning about our new environment, hiking the desert, swimming the waters, and learning to fish.
So cute, wait.
The next day, we awoke to the most beautiful turquoise water, and I convinced Allie I would be able to go out and get us some fish in these familiar waters. Anchoring the dinghy, I jumped in and started diving. Right away, the bottom looked beautiful and fishy, and a triggerfish came swimming in to check me out. Being my first dive, I decide to let it pass, hoping for something larger. I feel certain a nice snapper or a grouper is here among the baitfish. I continue to dive again and again, but there is nothing but large schools of baitfish. Not even another triggerfish. And then the terrifying screams of the afternoon's tour boats come through, and I decide to call it quits.
I didn't catch any fish today, so we're down to beans and rice.
We're all out of food. Good morning.
We're headed out to La Paz today. We're completely out of food. It seems like one of the most reoccurring things in our videos is that we're running out of food.
We're always hungry.
This morning we have a cup of oatmeal we can make up. We have some leftover rice and some more beans.
Yep.
And a can of sardines if we want to get weird.
We're going to La Paz. Going to La Paz. I'm excited. I'm going to get some food. We're gonna go eat food. So we haven't eaten food, like real food, in days. And we're really, really hungry. We're very hangry.
Here we go. Back to La Paz.
Having spent so much time here last season, we knew exactly where we were headed. First, tacos, and then straight to the grocery store, which was in full decoration for the holidays. After 2 months in the sea with nothing but tiny grocery stores, it was surreal to be in such a large supermarket with these mountains of treats. After talking ourselves out of buying the entire store, we loaded up our bags and returned to Spy to rest for the big day tomorrow.
Good morning. Ebbs are going to continue to get more and more.
In terms of the wind, we're going to see 18 out of the north, about 5 or so out of the north around midnight.
Today is a very special day. Very important day. It is our anniversary.
Officially been together for 12 years.
Probably gonna thank her profusely for putting up with my crazy ass for the last 12 years. I'm gonna spoil her with a
with a plastic jug shower.
yeah, with a hot dog lunch and a plastic jug
Hot
shower
dog
today.
Oh no.
Lucky lady. It's my anniversary.
It's your anniversary.
After spoiling ourselves with every food delight that we could think of, we are back off to the islands with the upcoming Christmas holiday just a couple days away. We are looking for a spot to spend it, but the sunset is upon us, so we find a cove to spend the night before we will continue our search in the morning.
It's Christmas Eve today. We're about to leave this little bay that we came into last night. We're gonna head up north a little bit. Maybe we'll find some other cruisers or just to find another beautiful spot to spend Christmas in. I think we're gonna try this new spot. Looks like we could have it all to ourselves, have a romantic Christmas, just the two of us. And it looks really pretty. So we're gonna go have a look in there, see how protected it is, and make our decision.
Are you helping her?
Eloise had a good feeling about this cove, so we dropped the hook and got settled in for the holiday.
Get in my waist.
So many packages.
It's Christmas, Alex. Don't hide our Christmas festivities.
We ate a lot of cookies. This is gonna be copyrighted.
Oh, that's right, we can't do that.
It's Christmas! Christmas on the boat, afloat on the water with my love. Alexandra, I'm making a song about our Christmas adventures with you. Just a dreamy Christmas on the water in Mexico together.
It's Christmas Day. We're hanging out on this beautiful beach together. Completely private. Completely alone and beautiful. And we were hiking up this canyon and I was taking some footage with our Sony camera and it glitched out on us and then told us that, what did it tell me? Do you want to recover lost data? And so I went through the process and then it went to reformatting and I freaked out and I shut it off and maybe now we'd lost all the data. All of our footage from the last 2 months.
I know. We're really hoping that we didn't lose it all because we had some really beautiful footage from the North Sea and our whole last 2 months traveling down south to La Paz.
We're about to go back to the boat. We're gonna put the memory card into the computer and we're gonna have a look. That might be a big bummer.
Trying not to be devastated.
If it is, I'm sorry for us and for you, and we will do our best with the footage that we have on our other cameras, but we did a lot of filming on that camera.
Unfortunately, the footage was lost. 2 months of sunsets, sunrises, and incredible wildlife shot with our new telephoto camera. Our whole journey in the Sea of Cortez this season. The good news is that we were able to make do with the footage from our other cameras, and we are looking forward to sharing our upcoming videos with you all, with some new perspectives of this beautiful life on the water.
Here we go. We're pulling up anchor right now. We're headed offshore and we're on our way to the mainland.
Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, hit like and subscribe. And if you really appreciate what we're doing, please consider becoming a patron. These videos wouldn't be possible without the support of people like you. See you all next time.